Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are super excited to welcome you out and to get you started with Xpirient. My name is Kathy McReynolds, and I am part of the Fun and Freedom Movement, guys. You have made a great decision to get started with the fastest growing team in Xpirient. And yes, let's make it happen. So what we want to do is help you to get off to a fast start. It all begins with having fun. This business is about fun. It's about family. It's about creating new adventures, meeting new friends, bringing your friends along with you. You're going to gain so much knowledge here. You're going to learn about wealth, health, travel, connections. You're going to meet so many different people, connect to a lot of different ones. You're going to have the opportunity to have an amazing part-time career or eventually a full-time career change. See, guys, you deserve all the happiness that life has to offer. This is going to be fun. We're about love, and we're about helping people to make money. So we want to help you to get your business launched the right way. How you do that is schedule a lifestyle party within your first 7 to 10 days. Now, what is a lifestyle party? So let's go back. You made that decision that you wanted to get a business started for yourself. So think about if you were opening up a restaurant. Who would you tell about it? You wouldn't worry about whether they were open to eating at your restaurant or not, whether you serve meat, they didn't eat meat, it wouldn't matter to you. You would just share it with everyone that you know. You want to do this the same way. So in your next 7 to 10 days, you want to schedule a wine and cheese party. It could be a barbecue. It could be a dinner, whatever you desire. You want to go ahead and get that schedule, put it on your books with the person who got you started. Get that book today. Now, we're about helping people to create a legacy, live life with no regret. And the number one way to make that happen is through residual income. Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. You don't want to do that. So what is residual income and how do you get it? I want you to think about it this way. You put in work today and then you get paid on that for the rest of your life. Just if you think about Michael Jackson, he made some amazing music. And because he made amazing music and put in a lot of work, he set his family up for generations to get paid off of his effort. That's the same thing that you can do here. When you build a business with the Xpirient, it becomes a sellable, willable asset. And the great thing about it, guys, to get residual income, to unlock that, you only need one person to do that. See, when our founders made a decision to start Xpirient, we got the best of the best. They put together the most amazing social club that you can ever think of. And then on top of that, they put together the best compensation. With their vast experience of being putting together compensation programs for other multi-level marketing companies over the last 20 years, they just took a piece of each and the best of the best and created our compensation program, which you cannot find anywhere else. And when they did it, the thought was, we're going to create more people making more money part-time with us, whether it's an extra $500,000 or replacing your full-time income, and then more people making 6- and 7-figure incomes than any other company on planet Earth. So we're truly excited and blessed to be a part of this. So let's start with what it takes for you to unlock that. Refer one customer. You have only one customer that you need. Then you begin to get paid weekly. So here's what I want you to think about. Who is that one person? Who is that one person that no matter what you do, no matter what kind of business you get into, you can always count on them to be there for you, to join what you're doing, to be your ride or die, to work right with you, your foxhole buddy. Write that person's name down right now while you're listening to this, because that's the first person you want to share with what you're doing. That will help you position yourself to get paid weekly and to also begin that legacy. Guys, winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. And Vince Lombardi said, you know, he created champions. He's actually the person who's on the trophy for the Super Bowl. So when you think of Xpirient and you think of the fun and freedom movement, that's our goal. We have a desire to be the best team in all of Xpirient, and the reason why we're going to do that is because we have a winning system in place. You just have to be coachable, teachable, and reachable, and get started today. See, here's why. Our goal is over the next 18 months is to put in over 10,000 people in this deal through the company. We will put in more of those people than any other team in Xpirient. So when you look back at this, and you know, as they say, a chance only comes once or twice in a lifetime, you get a chance to kick off a company that will go down in history for what they're doing. So just be coachable, teachable, and reachable, and we will help you win. We are here to guide you to success. Now, speaking of winning systems, we have one in place for whether you're doing this business offline or you're doing this business online. The end game is the same. We want to help you earn $900 in your first 7 days by taking massive action and enrolling 5 customers. Guys, now, I know not everybody's going to do this, and that's okay, but for that person that's sitting there and you're like, yeah, I can use an extra $900, or you understand that it's going to take work to make this happen. If you're coming here and you're saying, hey, this is one of those get rich quick, I can get, no, you might as well turn this audio off now. We're about systems and success. That's the only thing that will get you there with massive determined action. So here's what it takes. 5 enrollments, that's $500. You also will get a $100 qualification bonus on your 4th one. Then with those 5, you got $300 for your producer bonus. You do that in your first 7 days. That's $900. It puts you in profit. Plus, you also got a refund of all of the money that you put in. Most businesses takes 3 to 5 years before you're in profit mode. So to know that you can do that in your first 7 days, it's a great thing. So let's talk about the offline game plan. Step number 1 is to have a home get together on day 2 and day 5. That's day 2 and day 5. Now I know a few slides ago I talked to you about a lifestyle party. That is your grand opening. Your home get together on day 2 and day 5, that's your pre-launch. You're like at that restaurant, you have a little openers and tastings before you have that grand opening. So on day 2 and day 5, you want to get where your closest family and friends who like you, trust you, and believe in you. And the reason why you want to do this is because when they see what you see, they're going to also bring more people there. So when we get to your grand opening, your lifestyle party, it's going to be a lot bigger than just you inviting. Now understand this, you may ask between 20 to 25 people to get 5. Some of you may ask 5 and immediately 5 will say yes right away. It just depends on your credibility. Don't worry about who shows up. It's okay. Your only job is to invite. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about, is a proven system of inviting people to your home get-together that has worked over the years. I'll give you the 4 steps, and then I'm going to give you a role play of how that would go. So step number 1, be in a hurry. Step number 2, clear the date. Step 3, get together with your closest family and friends. And step 4, you just want to know, can you count on them to be there? Here's how that might sound. I'm calling my brother Wayne, and I simply call Wayne and say, hey Wayne, I'm about to go into this meeting real quick. Are you free tonight at 7? Now you notice I said, are you free tonight at 7? Because you don't want to invite no more than the day before, preferably the day of. This is a soft invite to your family and friends. They know how your house always looks. They know if you're going to cook or not. So don't worry about any of this. You're just getting them in so that they can see what you see and help have that launch party grow. And the reason why you're doing 2 of them is because on day 2, you're going to get a few there. Those who say yes, all of you guys can get together on day 5 as well. So I'm going to go over that one more time. Hey Wayne, are you free tonight at 7? Real quick, I'm about to go into this meeting. I'm getting together with my closest family and friends. I have a special announcement. Can I count on you to be there? If he says, what is it? And guess what, guys? Most people will ask you, what is it? You simply say, hey, as I said, I'm about to go into this meeting. I don't have time to get into the details now. I'm going to tell everybody at the same time. All is okay. See you then. Gotta go. All right. Then you hang up. Now, what if they say no? It's okay. Say, hey, no problem. I'll catch you later. Keep it that simple. Again, the path to success is to take massive, determined action, and we're giving you a winning game plan. Now, I do realize not everybody likes the home parties or want to do something offline. They're into online. That's the day and age of social media, the laptop lifestyle, working for your phone. I'll tell you guys, any system works as long as you're consistent and work it. So let's talk about your online game plan. We call it ATM, add tag message. So when you get this down, money is always coming in on your ATM. You're going to add 20 to 30 people to the group with their permission. Our group is called How to Get Paid to Travel the World and Create the Lifestyle You Desire. You're going to tag them in the pin post. In the pin post, it's going to give them a brief description, and it has a webinar attached to that they're going to watch so that they can get all the information necessary to make that decision. And then you're going to message them on Messenger, and then your final step is to 3-way message and edify them on Messenger. So let's talk about how that would sound. I would type to them, hey Bob, how are you? Thought I'd shoot you a message. I just started working on a brand new project, and I think you may have some interest in it. If not, totally cool. I'm really excited about it. If I can shoot you some information about it on Facebook. So you want to keep that very simple, and you also always give a takeaway. And then once they say yes, you go, Bob, when you go into the message, you just simply go to the pin post, and the very next available comment is where you're going to put this. Bob, you can learn more about our company through the webinar and the pin post at the top. Also, take a look around the page. Chat soon. Keep it simple. As you notice, I am not explaining. I'm only directing and pointing them to information. Once you tag Bob in the pin post, you go to Messenger and you just type this in. Hey, Bob, you're all set. Take a look at the pin post I tagged you in. watch a short webinar that covers the details. I'll circle back around to you in the next 24 hours unless I hear from you first to answer any questions you may have and see if you see a fit for yourself. Chat soon. Now, this message, a lot of times, guys, I'll leave it on an audio in Messenger because they get a chance to hear the excitement of your voice. And then you want to edify. Now, I'm going to talk about edification a little later, but basically, you're just introducing and saying something positive about the person that you're working with or one of your sidelines. Bob meets Sue. She's a leader in the company and is helping me to grow my business. Sue is a great teacher, very knowledgeable, fun to work with, and a good person to know. I'm going to turn it over to you, Sue. See, when you turn it over, you let the person that you turned it over to answer any questions so that you can learn why you earn. And remember, guys, when they're answering the questions, that's not the time to talk about what you're excited about. That's the time to mute the phone, or if you were doing it offline, or mute on Messenger. Don't over talk and start talking about other things. Let them help you direct it and close it, and we'll talk about that a little later. So that's your laptop lifestyle. Now let's talk about a few skill sets that you're going to need over time to become successful at Xpirient and in the multi-level marketing industry. The first one is your list building skill set. You want to build an active candidate list. So you want to take from what's in your head to on paper. This is your inventory. Imagine running a store, that restaurant we talked about, and you didn't have any of your inventory on paper or on your computer. It was just in your head. That wouldn't be an efficient store to have. So ink it. You know, once you think it, you ink it. Number two is you want to constantly expand your list every single day. Add 2 people per day. See, when you decided to come here, the thing that you want to ask yourself is, how many months or how many years am I willing to give this to create success? If you said, oh, only a month or 2, I would suggest that you say to them, you know what? I shouldn't even be doing this. You should mentally at least give a business a year. Most of them 3 to 5 years. So add 2 people per day to your list. That's over 700 people by the end of the year. Where do you get them from? You're going to be meeting people on Messenger. When you're out and about, you're going to meet people. So that's a place when people, you know, they're talking about people, you're going to meet people. So just make a conscious decision to add 2 people per day. And how you do that is through number 3, by raising your awareness. What do I mean by that? Let's say you're driving down the street and you see a real estate sign. Jot down the name of that realtor. They may be, you know, they're already used to being in commission. They're used to working on their own. You never know. You can ask them and say, hey, I saw your sign. I'm actually expanding my business in the area. You may or may not be open, but realtors do very well with us. So I just thought I'd reach out to you. Or maybe you are, you know, talking to one of your friends and they talk about somebody who is very successful at what they're doing, and you just simply say to them, you know what, I'm actually looking for some people because we're growing our business. Maybe you know someone who's getting married and they need a honeymoon, or someone who's talking about going on a vacation. That's how you raise your awareness. Be in tune with conversations that you can ask questions. You're like a talent scout. You're always looking for talent. And then number 4, guys, never prejudge. You never know who's up at night praying for a change. You never know who just, you know, went to church that Sunday on their knees saying, Lord, I need something different in my life. You never know who has a goal to get out of debt, or want to retire, or want to be able to do something for their family that they can't do now because of time or money. You can never judge that person by the outside. It's always what's on the inside. So never prejudge, and then network on purpose. That means maybe you can get in some meetups, join the PTA, volunteer, put yourself out, become a citizen of the world. And then most importantly, guys, be detached from the results. Not everyone's going to say yes. About 80% of the people probably won't do your business. They may get your product, but they won't join you in business because most people don't have that entrepreneurial spirit, but you don't know who that is. Right at the top of your paper, SW, SW, SW. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. So go find that person that's waiting. The next skill set that you want to get is being able to invite. We have a simple two-step tech system that we run. It's so simple that anyone can use it. All you're going to ask them is, could you do blank this week? Fill in the blank. Could you do coffee this week? Could you do dinner this week? Could you do running this week? You know, whatever you do with them, could they do it? 9 times out of 10, they're going to fill in the blank for you. Oh yeah, let's meet at the same coffee shop we always meet at. Just make sure you confirm the time and date. You're like a doctor or a dentist's office. You wouldn't just say, hey, do you have an appointment? And you never set the time and you never confirm it. So you're in business, so make sure you confirm it. And then it will help you to get things going. You want to have at least 3 to 5 appointments set every single day for your first 7 days to help you get off to that fast start. The next step, guys, which I think is the most important thing of what we do, is our 3-step setup. That 3-step setup is you telling the person not about the company, but about you and why you're doing this. The 3 steps are your why, your big deal, all in, and number 3, no pressure. So let me give you an example of how that may go. Before I get into that, I want you to know that this is about you. You should be very vulnerable, you should be personable, and you should really speak from the heart, because see, as great as Xpirient is, as great as our leadership is, as great as the person who got you in here, people don't buy the company, they buy you. They're buying you. They know you. They like you. They trust you. They don't care. They don't care about all the fabulous stuff. They care, but they don't care about all the fabulous stuff that Xpirient offers. They just care and know that you are a person of integrity, and if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for them. So let's talk about that 3-step setup. Here's how it may go. So Bob, as you may or may not know, I've been in the financial service industry for the last 20 years running my business. On the outside, things look great. Things seem to be going great. You know what? But here's what I found. Here's my feelings on the inside. I'm close to retirement. I don't know if I'll have enough money to be retired doing what I'm doing now. So because of that, I have been praying and looking for something to change my life, and I found it. It may be for you or it may not. You know, I've done all my research. I've got a chance to meet some of the top leaders in the company. Went to their grand opening, and as for me, I'm all in. If you're open, cool. If not, totally cool. But I just remember when you and I were having a conversation, you were telling me that you had those same concerns about being able to retire, getting rid of that debt, and sending your kids to college. You also talked about, you know, that your aging parents may have to move in with you. So this could be a way to help you take care of that. See how that went, guys? It was your story. Just share your story. And then once you share your story, any conversation that they had about you, tell them what they said and how it might be able to help them. But if not, totally cool. The next skill set that you want to know is how to show and grow. So important. Everything that I just went over with you, if you don't get this part right, then all of that was for nothing. Guys, all you're going to do is either press play on a video, get somebody on a webinar, tag them in a message, get them to a live presentation so that they can see what we do. Don't explain it. The person who got you in, hopefully they didn't explain anything to you. It's kind of like watching a movie. What if someone's telling you about a brand new blockbuster movie that's coming out and they told you everything that was going to happen, even what happened at the end. What do you need to see it for? You can make a decision based off of what they said. We don't want that to happen. So make sure you don't talk about what the company has to offer. You let them see it and make an informed decision for themselves. And then you want to put them on the three-way caller messenger. We talked about that a little bit before, but what that allows is someone other than you that they're introduced to so that they know that Xpirient is bigger than just you. Edification is just talking about the success of a person, how knowledgeable they are, how helpful they are, and how much fun. And so you can use the same edification that we talked about on your online. And they'll respect that person and be able to ask the questions that they need to ask so that they can make a best decision. Now, the final skill is your closing skill. Very important, guys. Let's talk, before we get into how to close, let's talk about why people don't buy or join your team. It's because you never ask. Most people never ask. 80% of the people will do everything we talked about, but they won't ask that final question, or they overwhelm them. After the video is over, they want to talk about the vacations they're going to be on, the money they're going to make, or the services that we offer, and they're just thinking you're just putting so much on them that now they can't make a decision, or you break the silence. What does breaking the silence mean? So when you ask, are you ready to get started? Did you notice that pause? Did you notice how quiet it was? So see, most people will interrupt when people get quiet. That's not the time to interrupt. That's the time to be quiet, because what they're doing is thinking. And if you break that silence, you break their thought pattern, and you don't want to do that. That's one of the most crucial things when it comes to closing, because people will join your team or buy from you, get a membership, because they like you and trust you, and you have posture. See, what we do is so good that you don't have to beg anybody to get started in this. If they're not open, it's okay. Now, if they have an objection, we're going to help them handle that objection. The most one being, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, whatever the case may be, but don't beg and have posture. Nobody wants to follow a dull, disillusioned, frustrated crybaby or a beggar. So have posture, and that's confidence that it's okay for them to say no, because with them or without them, you're still going. Here's how you close. Here's the skill set. What did you like best about what you saw? The travel, the service, the business, or all of it? Once you ask that question, again, what do? You're silent. Then you can say, do you have any questions? Are you ready to get started? Silence again. Did you see that? I know you can do that. Practice that a few times and you'll be fine. See, guys, have a sense of urgency. You got 7 days to make a first impression. You got 7 days to get off to a fast start. And if for some reason you don't, that's okay. But it may take you a month. It may take you a year. It doesn't matter. Just be around a year from now. But fun, fast, is effective, and just think that you're flipping the deck. You never know who's going to be that ace for you, and that ace is that person who sees this and takes you to financial independence along with themselves. Hope is not a strategy. It is not a strategy. So you can't hope your way to success. The reason why we have a system is because you win with systems. So make sure that you're following the system from A to Z. You can make this out of a full-time career. As I talked about up front, the owners put together this compensation plan to make that possible. Jim Rohn said, work full-time to pay your bills and part-time to build a fortune. When your monthly residual check doubles your full-time income for a solid 6 months to a year, you can consider Xpirient as a full-time career for you. Just have a realistic plan in place for a long-term goal, and it pays to learn the skills that we talked about so that you can start with the right foundation in place and have a 3 to 5 year game plan, guys. If you want to make 6 figures or 7 figures, we have a game plan in place to make that happen for you. See, a lot of money, a lot of work, a lot of money. Little work, little money. Is completely up to you how you want to do that. So let's recap. Schedule a home get together on day 2 and day 5. Invite 20 people. So important. You can't beat the numbers. Numbers can't beat you. Show and grow. Show and grow. In your mind, you want to say, in my first 7 days, I need to show at least 3 to 5 people in my first 7 days every single day. After that, at least 1 a day. Get 5 memberships in 7 days and earn $900. That's pretty exciting to be able to share that with other people and to help them do that. So what's next, guys? I just went over your fast start training for the next 7 days. So make sure you get in action today. Get with that one person, get everything done that we talked about on here. And then you also want to ask the person who got you started, what is the next live training? What is the next big event? Because that will put you in a position to learn from the top leaders of the company, and you want to build your business from event to event. This is how you learn, this is how you earn, and this is how you grow. It will 10 times your business. The past is in the past. The present, the future, we have no control over it. Only the present. So if you decide to get into action over these next 7 days, it will help push your business forward a lot faster. It will also allow you to design the lifestyle that you desire, and results are completely up to you. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, because your results may not be their results. Just give it all you got. Do the best that you can. So I thank you guys so much for everything, and I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. Have a good day, and God bless, and we will see you at our next big event, or as I said, on the beaches of the world.